which is, I believe UPF has been doing without fail, is trying to work on not just educating people, but not just educating people about the different things that are there, but educating people to learn to trust one another. Is the trust. That's where the fifth thing is. Abraham trusted God. Okay? Even Christ, when he came to the earth, he trusted God. When things were tough, things were rough, and everything else, he trusted in the word of his Father. And he stayed the course right through to the end. Now, the disciples as well, they stayed the course. They knew, they were not going. They were not going to have it rosy because they were disciples of Christ. No, they wanted to pick up that cross and follow Christ. And when he says pick up the cross and follow Christ, trying to fight for peace in the world, trying to, when I say fight, you say, why is he using that word fight? Yes, fight, because all the world, and if we really fully understand what Christ went through, if we fully understand what God is going through even till today, God is fighting to restore peace on earth. God is fighting to retain good on earth. God is fighting to make sure that the way he created you and I to enjoy his creation.
I was in Israel in 2005, and I had a performing arts group, which Marshall D'Souza also has been a part of, and it was called WAIT, and we taught about HIV and AIDS. And we worked through performing arts. We, singing, dancing, beatboxing, break dance, a little humorous game shows and sketches and things like that. So we were in Israel doing this with another multicultural dance troupe, and we were at the Dead Sea. And we were doing the typical, tourist thing, climbing up a hill, climbing down a hill, taking a picture, And we met another little dance group, and sorry, not a dance group, they were a group of students, and they were interested in seeing what we did. So naturally, our young people whipped out their dance floor and they started performing. So when they finished performing, a little crowd had gathered. So then the students from the Druze community turned on their music, and they started doing this dance, and it was like in a line. It was a very simple kind of dance. So we joined in. Well, the next thing we knew, everyone in the entire parking lot joined this dance. 300-400 people. And they were from all different countries, it was tourists, So the whole, people are dancing around all around this parking lot. And someone was there from the mayor's office and looked at this, and they quickly called the mayor and they said, something's going on here. They said, we have to have these people come tomorrow to our peace event. They were having a 5K run, for peace. So we were invited to come and perform the next day. But at the moment that we were watching and dancing, of course I was dancing with them, and as we were dancing, I saw the smiles on the faces. I saw everyone laughing together, and everyone was having such a beautiful time. And, no one was giving a lecture. No one was giving a sermon or anything, but I saw peace. And I thought, this is what we could do in the world. We could have everybody dance together. Because if you're dancing, you can't hold a gun, right? If you're dancing, you can't be, driving a tank or something, right? So, I know this sounds like a crazy idea, but I couldn't get rid of the idea. It was just in my head, and it wouldn't leave me. And so, over time, I began thinking about it. I was like, well, how could we get everyone in the world to dance at the same time? And then I thought, well, maybe what we can do is have a movie. And then the movie can actually show people from around the world dancing, So I thought, okay, that's a solution, that's a good idea. What music would we use? And the only music that could come to me was Beethoven's Ninth Symphony.
I'm ambassador of Healing Venezuela, which is very close to my heart because I'm born obviously there. And Healing Venezuela is a charity that helps to provide public hospital in Venezuela, sending medical supplies from the UK. My mission and commitment is with that people that in a extreme poverty in Venezuela, helping them to overcome the pain, and it being a blessing for me, an instrument to, that helped me to alleviate in some extent the scale of suffering of those that are currently in a very bad situation in Venezuela.
So if the UN is about peace, if the UN is trying to bridge these divides, shouldn't there be an aspect of the UN that deals with religious conflict, that understands the thought and feelings of people of faith? And I was actually very shocked because the tour guide was like, no, of course not, no religion, right? Everything must be secular, right? And even one of the other tourists on the guided tour was like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't want to bring religion into the UN. And I felt like it was such a mistake, right? It's probably, I feel in many ways, one of the reasons the UN fails to bring peace is because they look at peace purely from economic perspective or purely from a political perspective. And they're not understanding the local dynamic and faith of the individual people who are there, and why they suddenly, why there's misunderstanding, why there's a disconnect. So I think UPF really is trying to fill that gap in the discussion of peace, and that's really where we want to focus and help drive the conversation that way.